Yeah, he's got a little patch right there with his house where he plants them.
Hey, I want you to tell me the story about how you met Emma and how when you got married, then you went overseas and then she came over to see you, didn't you? Oh, she was tell me that story.
What, how we got married?
Yeah.
Well, we were going to get married. And we got orders to load all our equipment up on the train. It was backed in there on the side. And the day we was going to get married, we got orders for the troops to load up. And I called her and told her. I said, I've got to load up on the train. And after we got on there, I looked outside, there was a taxi and she was in it. She said, come on. So I got the chaplain at the nurses' quarters. I got some nurses around there that's going to be best man. We get married. So we run around and got married. She came right back to the train and got on and took off.
So you didn't even have a honeymoon?
Huh?
You didn't have a honeymoon?
No, not till we got. I went to see her in England, and Captain Washington.
You'll remember it in a minute.
Anyhow, the old colonel's adjutant, he went on and got us a train ticket. He called up Edinburgh, Scotland, and got us a reservation up there at the hotel, and everything. And all I had to do was pack my bag and meet her to get on the train and go.
But was this before you went over to
Oh yes, that's why we're still in England.
Okay.
That's before we went overseas.
Now, while you were overseas, while you went into Germany, where did she stay in England the whole time?
Well, she was in a little town called Marvin, Wales. That's where the 96th General Hospital settled in an old hospital there, and they stayed there the whole war.
Oh.
And they would take the troops and send back wounded, treat them till they could come home, and then put them on the train and send them home. But she stayed there the whole time. They didn't move anymore. But yeah, we
And what was your job over in there? What did you do?
Who, me?
Yeah.
We just in England.
Yeah, no, in Germany. What did you do when you were in Germany?
Oh, we followed up right behind the front troops, and everything that was tore up, it could be fixed. For the civilians to move back in, we'd try to get it back in living condition for them.
Okay.
And we just followed them all the way through.
So
all 4 battles, we were all the way around.
Some of those there was bridges.
Well, we worked on railroads. That's when I met the old Major General run up on me on the well. We was building railroad side by side, 2 tracks. And we'd already fixed the bridge on one side over Little Creek, and I was working on the other one. He rode up on us. And he was on that, he was wanting to go to Monteburg, and he was on the wrong rail. It wasn't open. And we talked there for a while. I said, Colonel, General, whatever his name was, I said, I believe we can pick that Jeep up and put it over on another track. It's right there, ain't it? And I called them in, they come back, and I told them what I wanted to do. They got around that sapsucker and picked up, sitting over on the other track. He took off.
Now, who was that? What was his name?
It's in there on that thing. General Ross, I believe it was. Major General.
Yeah.
I was the only one in the whole regiment that got a letter of commendation from anybody. Old Colonel Twitchell, our colonel over there, there's a note down at the bottom that said, noted with gratifications. That's all he said. Now, he was smart. He and George Patton graduated from West Point at the same time. George Patton was a 4-star general. This old man's permanent rank was a colonel. So you know he's real brilliant.
Yeah.
But that, and I stayed over there Well, the war ended. We Caldwell, Captain Caldwell and I, the driver, had been somewhere looking for some equipment to, a job we had. And we was coming back, we was in Belgium. We was coming back through a little old town, and man, the people's out in the streets just dancing and hooping and hollering and carrying on. And I said, called the driver, I pull over, let's see what is going on here. He pulled over, we got out and asked him, said, man, the war's over. I said, take the keys out of the car, Elders, we're going to celebrate with them. So we stayed there and celebrated half the night with them.
Okay, I want you to tell me about what happened when you and Bob stopped farming, dairy farming in Lotchware. How that all come about, and then how you got this place. All of that story.
See, Daddy, Bob and I run the dairy as long as I was over there for Daddy, and then of course I left. Bob kept going. We're going with it and farming. And I don't know, Bobby, what happened, but he come to me one day, Bob, he said, Sonny, said, I found a place in Gainesville, it's for sale. It said we can buy it, it's got a good dairy barn on it, and got a good house on it. He said, if we can buy it, we'll move the cows over there and you run the dairy. And I'll take care of the dry cattle over here and raise the hay for you. I said, all right. But he said, first of all, he said we got to find out how much the man wants for it. So we come over in and caught old C.K. Hammond, and he told us what he wanted for it. He said, and we told him we was interested. He said, well, if you're gonna get it, I need $500 binder. We had to go borrow the $500 to give it for a binder. But anyhow, we made arrangements with him. He was going to finance it, the old Hammond was. And we did. We moved the cows over here. And every time I was breeding my cows artificially then, too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. And every time I have a baby cow, heifer calf, I would raise it. And when he got up way to go in the pasture, I'd take it to Bob's place in Lotchway, and he was keeping them. I think he had about 30 or 35 head of them over there. We'd sit over there. And when we finally settled up, when he got out of this thing, but he come to me then, after we'd been in it a good while, and he said, Sonny, I owe Daddy. He told me how much he owed Daddy, and I don't remember what it was. He said, I owe Daddy such a dollar. And he said, you take over what I owe my old Daddy. I'll take the cattle that we got over here. And said, we'll call it even. So he said, I'll let you have to put the decided place over to you. So that's what we did.
Okay.
And he had a bunch of good calves over there, plus the dry cows was over there. But anyhow, we come to agreement, and I kept going. That's when I went into artificial breeding then. No, it wasn't either. I'd done it before that. But anyhow, that's what he got out of this, and I got in it still deeper.
Now, artificial and AI and wasn't very was a lot of people doing that?
It was just starting.
Just starting.
Dr. Owens he did all my veterinary work, and they'd come out here and breed a cow for $5 and have 2 more breeders if she didn't catch for the $5.
Oh.
Cheap enough.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we bred. I had a book there, and every time I'd breed, I'd put on what kind of bull she was bred to and so forth. And
where did you get the sperm?
He had a box there that was just full of different kinds of different breeds.
Okay.
And you could tell him what you wanted to breed your cow to, and he'd have it.
So sometimes you'd have a Hereford serum and the calf would be
Well,
half?
I wouldn't breed the Hereford.
Oh, you wanted Holstein.
We stayed with Jersey and Guernsey.
Jerseys and Guernseys.
Yeah.
Didn't you have some Holstein too, black and whites?
Well, I had one Holstein cow in the car in the herd, and I got her from Buck Shaw when went out of dairy business. And he told me, said, she'll give you 8 gallons of milk a day, but said she'll kick hell out of you too. And I said, well, we brought over in. She would, but you could reach down and put them cups on her, she'd kick the tar out of you.
I used to tell my students in school, the bell would be just about to ring and they'd all line up at the door. And I said, y'all remind me of a bunch of cows. And they didn't know what I was talking about. And I finally told them, why you call us a bunch of cows? I said, well, you go to my Uncle Sonny's, and when it's time to milk those cows, they were all just lined up waiting to go through that chute.
Yeah.
And those cows would go in the same
stall about every time.
Every time.
And you'd see the same 10 cows come up in that chute and come in there. And the black, when the fellow was daring for me, one cow would come in there and get in the wrong stall. He named them all. I know what that. Susie, you in the wrong stall. Get out of there. She'd back up and go to her stall.
Was that Naaman?
No, I was Mr. Blackman, the white man that worked for me. I got him what I built that house over there for.
Oh, okay. The one that Tammy and Levita lived in when they first got married, that house where Bonnie lives now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, see, when he wanted to come to work for me. He was working the day and right out of Stark. And he told me, said, the house is right in the broiling hot sun. Said, we're burning up over there and I got to move. And I brought him over here and showed him the place, the barn and everything. And he said, where am I going to live? I said, I'm going to let you pick out your space. I'm going to build your house. You pick spot out where you want it. And he wanted to pick that spot over there.
And did you build it?
Yeah, I got Smith and Chitty. I'd already talked to them. They was building a bunch of little 2-bedroom houses around town.
Uh-huh.
And I talked to them, and I told them the situation I was in. That if I made a deal with this man, I wanted it built just as quick as I could get it. They said, all right. So when he and Blackman and I traded, I called Mr. Smith up and told him that I was ready. He said, we'll start tomorrow. They come out here and laid it out, poured the foundation. Wasn't long before I had him in there.
How long did he work for you?
Oh, he was here till he left here in 61.
Really?
And yeah.
You know, I don't remember him. I remember Naaman.
Naaman had long left me and was over there working for Jim Willie, and then I think he'd already left Jim Willie, but his health went bad. He was staying with somebody out there around Lake Cross.
Oh, yeah.
But Blackman's good dairyman. He had 2 girls that helped him all the time out there.
Now, where would you take your milk? Well, when you first started, you delivered milk in Lotchaway.
Bob was delivering milk lots away, and when I took over, took over the route too. I kept delivering it.
But you drove from Gainesville to deliver milk in Lotchaway every day?
Bottle it over here, haul it lots away, and put it on the doorsteps every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And that got old, so I got talking to, I don't know who I was talking to. I said, I'm going to start every other day instead of delivering every day. So I left everybody a note, told them I was going to start delivering every other day. And then they'd let me know what I needed to leave them, you know. But I couldn't. That everyday delivery is killing me.
Oh, yeah.
Go over there, deliver it, come back, wash up. It's time to go to milking again then.
Now, you milked...
Quite a deal there, but poor Bob, if she'd have stayed with me, we'd have been worth some money now, but you know himself, he didn't want to keep nothing. He bought that land in Jesse uptown there, you know.
Yeah.
And kept it a while, then sold it, then now they've built homes all over the thing.
Yeah.